Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. So did you understand yesterday's lecture? Did you read the textbook? The reading of textbook is very important. If you are not able to understand what has been written on the board, you may refer to the textbook. I write only the sentences which are given in the textbook. Okay, now yesterday we studied about human male reproductive system and human female reproductive system. Now the next topic for today is gamete formation. Okay, gamete formation. What are the two processes? In the last lecture we had studied about sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. There are two processes in sexual reproduction. What are they? Gamete formation and fertilization. Now the first one is gamete formation. What are gametes? Do you remember? Gametes are cells produced by the process of meiosis. They are haploid. They are having only one set of chromosomes. Okay, one set of chromosomes. So here gamete formation, in case of men, the testis is the reproductive organ of men which produces the male gamete, that is sperm. In testis it produces sperms from puberty till the death of the person. So until the person dies, the semen, the sperm could be produced in the male body. Okay, whereas in case of female, we will see in women at the time of birth 2 to 4 million oocytes are present. Okay, now in this case sperms are produced from puberty, that means at the age of 10 to 12. Okay, from that age only sperms are produced. Whereas in case of female, when a female takes birth, okay, when the female is born, then inside that reproductive system, at that time itself there are about 2 to 4 million oocytes in its body. Okay, I repeat, in case of men, the sperms are produced from puberty, that is from the age of about 10 to 12. But in case of women, at the time of birth itself, the oocytes are present in its ovary. Okay, that means when the female is born, then itself oocytes are present in its ovary. Okay, but every month one oocyte is produced till menopause. This oocyte is present at the time of birth, but it is getting converted into ovum only after puberty. Okay, at the age of 10 to 12, after the age, and from thereafter every month one oocyte is produced till menopause. So in the other lecture we had discussed about menopause. What is menopause? The menopause is the here I have given what is menopause. Menopause is the secretion of hormones controlling the functions of female reproductive system either stops or become irregular. This causes menopause. That means at the time of menopause, the production of ovum stops, the production of oocyte stops. So in case of female, the oocyte is present at the time of birth, but the oocyte is getting converted into ovum and the menstruation process starts from the age of 10 to 12. Okay, that means even if the oocyte is present at the time of birth, the female body cannot get fertilized because ovum is not produced. At the time of puberty, menstruation starts and the ovum is produced. And from that puberty, that means from the age of 10 to 12 till the age of 45 to 50 years, every month one ovum is produced. If the ovum is produced, either it could undergo fertilization or the process of menstruation occurs. If fertilization occurs, a baby is formed. If fertilization does not occur, there is no baby and it is flushed out of the body. That process is called as menstruation. But by the age of 45 to 50, this process stops and that process is called as menopause. After menopause, the female cannot become pregnant. Okay, the female body cannot get fertilized after the age of 45 to 50 years, that means after menopause. So we will see in women at the time of birth 2 to 4 million oocytes are present. Every month one oocyte is produced till menopause. What is menopause? At the age of 45 to 50 years, secretions of hormones controlling the functions of female reproductive system either stops or become irregular. This causes menopause. You have to write this statement if you are having a definition on menopause. Okay, so what is menopause? At the age of 45 to 50 years, secretions of hormones controlling the functions of female reproductive system either stops or become irregular. This causes menopause. From the age of puberty till menopause, an ovum is released. Approximately during that time, about 400 oocytes are released. How many oocytes were there at the time of birth? There were about 2 to 4 million oocytes. Out of those, only about 400 oocytes are released during the lifetime of that female. Okay, and the remain degenerate. They get destroyed in the ovary itself. Okay, have you understood this? Okay, so I repeat, in case gamete formation, in case of males, it is sperm which is produced from puberty till the death of that person. In case of female, at the time of birth, there are about 2 to 4 million oocytes. Every month one oocyte is produced till menopause. What is menopause? At the age of 45 to 50 years, secretions of hormones controlling the functions of female reproductive system either stops or become irregular. This is called as menopause. So from the age of puberty till menopause, one ovum is released. So out of 2 to 4 million oocytes, only about 400 oocytes are released and the remaining degenerate. So only about 400 oocytes are released in that female body during her lifetime. Okay, now we will see box 30. Box on page number 30. Towards the right hand side, they have given a box. Oocytes released from ovaries during last few months nearing the age of menopause are 40 to 50 years old. What do you mean by that? I told you at the time of birth itself about 2 to 4 million oocytes are present. Okay, so when the female becomes 1 year old, this also become 1 year old. When the female becomes 2 year old, this also become 2 year old. That means by the age of 40, these oocytes become 40 years old. Okay, so that is the meaning. Oocytes released from the ovaries during the last few months nearing the age of menopause are 40 to 50 years old. Their ability of division has been diminished till now. Okay, so what is a zygote? Zygote is a fusion of an ovum and a sperm. Okay, after that it has to undergo mitotic division to form an embryo. Okay, zygote is unicellular, embryo is multicellular. So to get converted from unicellular to multicellular, it has to undergo division, cell division, and that is mitotic division. Okay, so if it has to undergo mitotic division, it requires some amount of energy in its body, on its own. Okay, so that ability of the cell to divide, it goes on decreasing by that age. So their ability of division has been diminished till now. Due to this, they cannot complete meiotic division properly. If such oocytes are fertilized, the newborns produced from them may be with some abnormalities like Down's syndrome. So just now in the last lecture we studied about the fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization is the fusion of male gamete and female gamete. Where is the ovum formed? Ovum is formed inside the ovary. Inside the ovary there are several steps which are carried out that we will be seeing in the next lecture. In those steps, it undergo divisions. Those divisions it is not able to carry out properly, so the ovum formed might not be having good properties. Due to that, what will happen? The zygote which will be formed could be having some disorders in its chromosomes. And you know what happens if there are disorders in chromosomes. Last year you had studied about Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, etc. So there could be any chromosomal abnormality if a female is going to give birth to a child after the age of 45 to 50. Okay, hope you have understood why the age of marriage in our culture is from about 20 years or 25 years. Okay, so why it is from 25 years? Because from that time of marriage, after about 5 years, 6 years, 7 years or 10 years, till that time the person, the female, must give birth to a child. Okay, so or whatever number of children they should be planning. Okay, so for that time, by that time, the ovum which the female has produced is fertile. It is good, it is of good quality, we can say in normal language. Okay, otherwise what will happen? If as the age goes on, the ability of ovum, the ability of oocyte to form an ovum, it goes on diminishing, due to which the child which could be produced could be having chromosomal abnormalities. Now there is a point in do you know box, there is a do you know box given there. The second point, both sperms and oocytes are produced by meiosis. In case of sperms, process of meiotic division is completed before the sperms leave the male reproductive tract. Okay, so male reproductive tract means it starts from testis, then epididymis, then vas deferens, then ejaculatory duct, then urinogenital duct and urethra. Okay, through all these places, when it passes its maturation process, it goes on becoming mature. Whereas in case of oocytes, process of meiotic division completes after ovulation during fertilization in oviduct. Okay, it occurs during fertilization in oviduct. This point is important. Okay, now the next topic is development and birth. So you may write this. Now the next is fertilization. So we have finished with gamete formation. What is fertilization? Fertilization is the fusion of male gamete and female gamete. The sperms at the time of copulation. Copulation is the process of coming together of a male and a female. The bodies come together of a male and a female. That is called as copulation. At the time of copulation, the sperms are deposited on the vagina. From the vagina, it has to pass through uterus and it has to reach the oviduct. This I had explained in the last lecture. Ovary produces ovum every month and it enters into the funnel-like structure. Through the funnel-like structure, with the help of cilia, it reaches the oviduct. Inside the oviduct, this sperm and this ovum, the sperms and ovum, one sperm at the time of fertilization, even though the sperms which are coming are millions in number, only one sperm is able to fertilize with the ovum. For example, in the textbook they have given a diagram. They have shown an ovum. This is an ovum. Okay, there are several sperms which are reaching here. Okay, too many number of sperms. This sperm is having 23 chromosomes and this ovum is having 23 chromosomes. Understood? Not 23 pairs. It is having, this sperm is having 23 and the ovum is having 23. Understood? Now, out of these millions of sperms, only one sperm will enter into the ovum. Okay, and after entrance of that, this wall, a wall is formed. Okay, this wall, a wall is formed and all these sperms will degenerate. Okay, so at the time of fertilization, even though there are several sperms, only one sperm is able to fertilize an ovum. okay, any of the sperm. You cannot decide which sperm is going to fertilize the ovum. Okay, so when the one sperm, there are several sperms reaching the ovum. Out of those several sperm, only one sperm enters, and it gives the 23 chromosomes to it. Okay, and all after that it forms a wall, and it does not allow any other sperm to enter inside. The ovum does not allow any other sperm to enter inside. Now this is called as a zygote. Okay, so the sperm will fuse with ovum to form a zygote. Understood? That zygote, after fertilization, it enters into the uterus. Okay, it enters into the uterus. So what is happening during fertilization? The male gamete is fusing with the female gamete. And the next topic is development and birth. The zygote, which is formed during fertilization, it undergo mitotic divisions to form an embryo. Okay, to form an embryo. This zygote undergo divisions. Okay, this is one cell, it undergo 2, it becomes 4, it becomes 8. Okay, and after that it forms different parts of a body. It determines which part has to be formed first. Okay, that process we don't have in our syllabus, but it divides into many cells, and each of the cells decide it has to develop into which part, and then it forms the embryo. This embryo is pushed and implanted in the uterus. It is implanted in the uterus. The placenta is formed for supply of food for growth. Okay, what is placenta? It is a group of blood vessels. This I had discussed in the last lecture. Okay, the placenta, it is formed for supply of blood, and through blood, what does the zygote, what does the embryo get? The embryo gets food and nutrition, and the waste materials which are formed in the body of the embryo, it is removed through that blood. Okay, so the zygote, it undergo mitotic divisions, embryo pushed and implanted in the uterus, placenta formed for supply of food for growth. The embryonic development takes place for 9 months. For 9 months, the embryo, it goes on mitotic divisions, undergo mitotic divisions to get converted into a baby. It grows into a baby. That baby is connected to the placenta by the umbilical cord. I had discussed what is umbilical cord in the last lecture. I will tell you again. The zygote after fertilization, it undergo mitotic divisions to form an embryo. The embryo, if this is the uterus, okay, if this is the uterus, in this uterus it is having, it develops the placenta. They are blood vessels. These are all blood vessels which are produced. Okay, it enters, this zygote gets implanted here, and after that it develops into a baby. It develops into a baby. Okay, this placenta, this is placenta. The baby is connected to the placenta by a cord which is called as umbilical cord. That umbilical cord is cut after the baby takes birth. The embryonic development takes place for 9 months. Now, page number 31, can you tell? There are 2 questions. They are only objective questions, but those questions are asked. Now, what happens after this? A hormone is produced which is named as oxytocin. That oxytocin, when this hormone is produced in the female body, this baby which is present in the uterus, it starts coming out of the vagina. It starts coming out of the vagina. That process is called as delivery in common man's language and parturition in biology. Okay, the uterus contracts and the baby is pushed out through the vagina. The cervix here opens. Okay, the cervix opens and the baby is pushed out of the vagina. That process is called as parturition. These two answers you may write in your textbook. They are frequently asked questions. Okay, you can be asked a question on development on birth and birth. Write a short note on development and birth of human embryo. Okay, you may write it. Now the next topic is sex determination in human beings. Now how the gender of a child is decided. The male body, that is the father's body is normally having 44 plus XY. Okay, the person is 44 plus XY, that is 23 pairs. 23 pairs means 46 chromosomes, that is 44, 45, 46. Okay, so in his sex chromosomes there are two types of sex chromosomes, X chromosome and Y chromosome, whereas in case of female it is 44 plus XX. There is only one kind of chromosome, but they are two in number. Okay, so 44 plus XX. Okay, now the sperms produced by this body could be 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. The male body produces two types of sperms, 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. Whereas in case of a female, the oocytes produced are both of the same type, that is 22 plus X. Now during fertilization, if this sperm fuses with this oocyte, then the baby which will be formed will be 44 plus XX. This will be a girl child. Okay, it will be a girl child. If this fuses with this, then also it will be 44 plus XX, which will be a girl child. Okay, if this chromosome fuses with this chromosome, then it will be 44 plus XY, which will be a male child. Okay, that will be a boy. If this sperm fuses with this oocyte, then it will be 44 plus XY, that will be a male child, that will be a boy. Okay, so why a person is male? A person is a male because he is having Y chromosome. Okay, he is having Y chromosome. The 44 plus XY is a male and 44 plus XX is a female. The male produces two types of sperms, 22 plus X and 22 plus Y. The female body produces only one type of oocytes, 22 plus X or 22 plus X. Okay, so if the 22 plus X sperm fuses with the oocyte, then the girl child will be formed, and if 22 plus Y sperm fuses with the oocyte, a boy child will be formed. So in earlier days, the female was considered to be responsible to give birth to a male child or a female child. I mean, the coming baby is a boy or a girl, that is decided by the female. This was a myth. Okay, it is not like that. Actually, the sperm which is meeting the oocyte is responsible for the formation of a male child or a female child. So there are 50% chances of getting a male child or a female child. Okay, this question is a very important question. The theory part is given on page number 30. You may see in this box, do you know the first point? The complete first point you have to write as the answer with diagram. Okay, now here there is a question. Who is thinking of this? Is it right to consider the mother responsible for a girl child? It is no. So this you must understand, and we all must take efforts to stop female feticide. Feticide means killing of fetus, that is baby. The term fetus, feticide, okay, feticide, that is killing of fetus. Fetus means baby. So earlier, if the child was found out to be a girl, Okay, then at the time of sonography we can understand whether the child is a boy or a girl. If it is a girl, then it was killed, that is said to be feticide. Okay, so this much for sexual reproduction in human beings. Hope you have understood. You may read the textbook again and again. Okay, you may write the homework. Okay, homework. First question, you may write the question. I will dictate the question. Explain development and birth of human beings. Explain development of development and birth of zygote in human beings, and explain sex determination in human beings. First question, explain explain development and birth of zygote in human beings, and the last is explain sex determination in human beings. This is the answer for sex determination. Okay, hope you have understood. Thank you.